You're going to hear an audio tape of Grandma Iole Banker, Grandma Iole Martinat Banker, and I'm going to show you photos of the family. Here she's wearing her Santa Anita racetrack hat. You can kind of see it there. And this photo was taken at our last Thanksgiving together before she passed away. So November of 2019. You can see all the Thanksgiving decorations over here. And we went to Pacific Palms to Chima, the Chima restaurant, on the second floor there. And they had a banquet, I think, some kind of buffet. And I got us a window table. I called them up and or emailed them and made sure we had a nice window table overlooking the palm trees and the mountains. And Grandma Iole is going to be talking about how her dad and mom kind of got together in Italy, how her dad remembered her mom when I guess they knew each other in school, and so once they were all growing up, her dad asked about her dad Dante asked about Ida, and here we go.
He was a little bit, I don't know if he was a little bit older than my dad.
That's nice.
Ma prima guerra, mia mamma ia fatto riconoscenza o mio papà.
So after the war, World War I, her mom Ida got reacquainted with her dad Dante.
Ia fatto riconoscenza o mio papà. English? She got acquainted again with my dad. After the war. After the war. Mio papà aveva chiamato sua mamma e mi ricordo una donna che si chiamava Ida. E lei così, was she still here?
So one day Dante asked his mom, I remember of a girl named Ida. Is she still around these parts? Is she still here in the Pinerolo area? It was a Christmas tree at Pacific Palms. They just had it up early. It was just Thanksgiving. I'm not quite sure. Maybe Grandma Iole didn't look quite as good as she used to there. She might have been feeling, who knows, maybe a little bit ill. Maybe there was a little bit of pre-diabetes going on.
Ida, Iole così, was she still here in Pinare? And of course everybody knows everybody there, so the mother said yes, and I guess my dad must have looked her up, and he started liking her. So andava a trovarla o sua bicicletta. So
her dad Dante courted her mother. He'd ride his bike over to her house.
O sua bicicletta.
She thinks, but she doesn't know for sure how exactly it went. And you'll hear it'll be.
Creio, sei para como andar. Ia chiama a Mariala prima che here in America o sarà scritto che voglio Mariala cantare in America. Sei para.
So Grandma Iole didn't remember exactly where her parents got married. Did they get married in Italy before either of them came to America? Or did her dad come to America first and then they got, did they get married in the U.S.? Maybe maybe Dante was already came to the U.S. and then wrote a letter to Ida and said, come to America, and I'll marry you, and you can be a U.S. citizen, and we can start a life together. Or maybe they talked about it in Italy first. She just doesn't remember where her parents got married, whether her parents got married in Italy and then came to the U.S., or whether her parents actually got married in America. We just know that her dad, Dante, came to the U.S. first, and was here probably, it sounded like, almost a whole year, or maybe 9 months or so, before Ida came. I forgot exactly why. Maybe just to get a couple dollars in his pocket, or get settled just a little bit.
Che anni here in America o sarà scritto che voglio Mariola cantare in America. Sei wrote to her, maybe? I don't know. I don't know whether he asked her. Screet. To write. To write. He wrote. Suo papà ed me papà, suo papà, me grandpapa. Who? Okay, now tell me. Who is your grandpa on your dad's side? Lo nome è me papà, suo papà, era Davide Martinat.
So, her dad's dad was named Davide Martinat. So, her dad, Dante, his dad was Davide Martinat. And that would make Grandma Iola's grandfather on her dad's side of the family Davide Martinat. Martinat. Here in America, we would just say Martinat. But I think it was probably more like Martinat. That's how you would really pronounce it. So that's who she's going to be talking about. Her grandfather, her dad's dad, Davide Martinat.
Who is your grandpa on your dad's side? Lo nome è me papà, suo papà, era Davide Martinat. Martinat? Usually you say Martinat. Martinat. Which way is it? Martinat. E aveva detto a me papà, Dante, aveva detto, vai che arriva la guerra, perché era giorni fascista.
So, her dad's dad, Davide Martinat, told her dad, Dante, I think there's going to be a war here in Italy because maybe another war, even though we already had World War I and Dante was in it. But, who knows, any day there could be another war. And, eventually there was World War II. And her grandfather, her dad's dad, Davide Martinat, thought there'd be a war because he saw the fascists, gaining support, or, and he thought that was probably not a good sign of things to come. So he was the one that recommended to Dante that he come to America where he'd have a better life.
Martinat. Which way is it? Martinat. E aveva detto a me papà, Dante, aveva detto, che arriva la guerra perché era già fascista e era Mussolini e era Hitler. Allora, opportunità sì, a me che se poi andare in America perché era giù Mogna in America.
So Dante's dad, Davide Martinat, thought there'd be more opportunities for Dante in America, especially with what he thought was, war and a bad political situation that might be looming on the horizon. And because Dante's sister, Manya, that means aunt, Grandma Iole called her aunt, Manya was Easy Day, that was her name. She was already in America, in California, so it seemed like since, there was already some family in America, it would make it maybe a tiny bit easier. This is Grandma Iole at the lake. And to me, she looks a little bit older there. Maybe it was winter of 2020, possibly. Like winter as in February or something like that. Not December of 2020. She wasn't around then. It was too late. And that was a picture of me in elementary school, probably around second grade. There's my dad with the mustache and his mother, Elsie Edna Bolton Coates. Bolton was her maiden name. I think there's a lot of resemblance between her and my dad, especially in certain pictures. I'm not sure about this one. And then Grandpa Bob. And my mom.
Grandpa Davide told your dad, Dante, that a war would be coming because all these big bad people were in power and he'd have better opportunities in America, and already Manya was here. Yeah. So,
Allura means like, yeah, and so, and then. See how my dad is wearing this, it's a shirt, but then there's like some kind of tie thing. See the black circle, dark brown maybe, and then it's really hard to see, but little thin strings that then go down to this little pendant thing. So he would wear ties or whatever that is. It's kind of like a tie like that quite often. He didn't wear a regular tie quite so often, unless maybe he was at work or something. That's the only time I have seen him in a regular tie, is in some work-related photos.
Manya was here. Yeah. So, allora, me papà in America.
So there, and so then her dad went to America. Ale went to America.
In America. Ma credo che era un bastimento in Inghilterra. It was an English boat.
So her dad came over to America on an English boat, like from England kind of thing, boat, it sounded like. So I guess bastiment is boat or ship, maybe more like ship, I don't know. I don't remember that word. Grandpa Bob had a really nice smile.
Bastimento Inglaterra. It was an English boat. Inglaterra. Se andar em Inglaterra pelo não creio que o bastimento magara andar a Genoa prim.
So this boat that Dante took from Italy to America came to Genoa, which is probably the largest port closest to Pinerolo.
Magara andar a Genoa prim. The English boat came to Genoa and
Cryo, she thinks. It's hard to remember all the details. I probably didn't talk about it a whole lot.
English boat came to Genoa and Ma invece di andare in America, andare a Canada. Before coming to America? Creio, c'est parce que he went to Canada, maybe. Because sai que allait andare a Ellis Island.
So we know that Dante did not come through Ellis Island. He got into America some other route, and she thinks maybe the boat dropped, stopped in Canada and let everybody off in Canada, and then maybe Dante came in to America through Canada. Maybe. I thought one time she said something about South America. Somebody, or maybe that's what a lot of Italians did. They maybe came to America, trying to get into America, but maybe some of them had a little sniffles or something. So Ellis Island would, the people would turn them away. You don't want to bring a disease into the country or something. And so those people that were already, in the boat in New York Harbor, they would then just go down to South America. And so a lot of Italians settled in Argentina, and maybe some of them thought they would, wait till they got better and then save enough money and then try again to get into America. A photo of the lake. But I don't think her dad did that. I don't think he went to South America or came into America through South America. This is the lake at night. A lot of times Grandma Iole and I would see the lights come on at all the mansions across the way on the other side of the lake, and you can see all the reflections of all the lights in the water. Because I didn't get up quite early enough, by the time I got us all ready and her wheelchair ready and her in it and drive us out there and everything, by the time we'd leave, it would be getting dark a lot of the times. And then I wouldn't have to drive home right into the sun, the setting sun. So there were some advantages of waiting till it got dark. And a lot of times we went late just because it would be cooler then, on hot days.
Before coming to America, the English boat came to Genoa and Ma invece di andare in America,
So instead of stopping in America, the boat stopped in Canada.
Ma invece di andare in America, a Canada. Before coming to America? Creio, c'est parce que he went to Canada, maybe. Because sai que allait andare a Ellis Island. Your dad did not go to Ellis Island? No.
So she's sure that her dad, Dante, did not go through Ellis Island, although her mom, Ida, did. but she's not sure, pas sûr, that she's not sure if her dad came in, went to Canada, although she thinks he did. There's the view of Mount Baldy above the motorhome park. That's right by the lake, the Bonelli Bluffs motorhome park. Oh, I really wanted to drive Grandma through there. She would have got such a kick seeing all the motorhomes. It's such a big area, I could tell on the internet. And I had it all planned out. I knew I needed to stop at the office there at the motorhome park and get a special pass, like a visitor pass. And we almost did it one day, but we just didn't. And then COVID came, and we had to be there at the right time. You couldn't go after a certain time or something. I wish I would have made it happen, because she would have really gotten a kick out of that, just driving around the motorhome park and seeing what was so close to the lake that she loves so much. So close to doing that. I guess don't put off what you can do today.
Mama yenda.
Oops.
Alepanda Ellis Island.
Your dad did not go to Ellis Island first.
Yeah, Mama yenda. But me.
Her mom did go through Ellis Island, she says.
Ellis Island.
Your dad did not go to Ellis Island first.
Yeah, Mama yenda. But me papa Alepanda Ellis Island. Yara Joe Mania in New York.
Mania was in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Where was she?
Oh, I thought Mania was already in California, but I guess initially Mania lived in New York, and it wasn't till later that she came out to California. But she came out, Mania Easy Day, the sister of Dante, came out to California before Dante did, and she, wrote to him and said, hey, it's really nice weather. It's not freezing cold out here, and you should come out here. So, but she started off in New York too.
Joe Mania in New York.
So there was already Mania there in New York.
Mania was in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Where was she?
Mm-hmm.
About somewhere?
Somewhere. Allora apre alla street a mia mamma sempre come Mariella.
So maybe Dante wrote to Ida, saying, I want to marry you. We don't really know. Maybe they talked about it beforehand, but Dante obviously wrote to Ida, who was still in Italy, and said, I'm settled now, or, now that I'm here, I can, you can come, and if we get married, then you can be a citizen and everything. So that's the pelicans at the lake. Grandma Iole and I one time saw at least 25 or 30 pelicans all together. And the other day I counted 47 in separate groups. That's the pier on the east shore, the east side of the lake, that's open. Not the pier we parked by, which was always closed. But we did drive over here. I took this picture with Grandma Iole. She saw this beautiful sunset. We drove over to this side sometimes to chase the pelicans. If we'd see them swimming over this way, we'd drive over this way. And that's how we became acquainted with an elderly couple in their minivan as well. They were there parked watching the pelicans too, and we kind of parked right beside them in the cul-de-sac. So yeah, Leon and Jane and their 2 German Shepherd dogs. We knew a couple different people at the lake. We knew Richard, who lived at the motorhome park. like full time. You can't really do that now, but he owned his spot before the new people took over. And we knew Rose, who would run by and wouldn't really chat, just kind of wave mostly. Saw her more in the mornings. And then we knew Aurora, who would always like to chat quite a bit. And she loved to feed her ducks. She would call the Peking geese, and they knew her. They would come running. But Grandma Iole loved the pelicans. She thought they were the neatest things. I got some good videos up close of them that I was able to show her. So I bought this little gingerbread house for Grandma Iole our last Christmas together. So for Christmas of 2019. So that picture was taken in December of 2019 because I bought it for her before Christmas so we could enjoy it. She liked gingerbread houses, and when I was little we made gingerbread houses during the holidays sometimes, so she thought it was really cute. So her dad Dante told her, Ida, that he would like to marry her. Piaia would like. This is the Waldensian dialect, probably maybe a sub-dialect, but it's Prustinenc, a kind of a takeoff on Piemontese.
Mariala. Ella si piaia mariasse, allora gli apria lo bastimento e viene in America.
So Ida took the boat and they were reunited in America. And I think her mom Ida came over on the boat with one of her dad's other brothers. Maybe Dario or Aldo. I kind of want to say Dario. So I don't think her mom Ida was all alone on the boat. I think that was good. But maybe she meant there that her dad asked her to marry him, asked Ida to marry him, and Ida said that she would like to marry him. Piaia mariasse.
Aveva scritto a mia mamma come Cavolia Mariala. Ella disse si piaia mariasse, allora gli apria lo bastimento e viene in America. Mio papà aveva da Mariola prima che podia mi sta in America.
So her dad had to marry her mom. Dante had to marry Ida. This was before she was born. Grandma Iole wasn't born yet. So Dante had to marry Ida before Ida could officially, come into the United States. So they had to marry on Ellis Island itself. So I think they probably got married on Ellis Island.
In America. Mio papà aveva da Mariola prima che podia mi sta in America. My dad had to marry her before she could stay in America.
How did your dad be able to come in?
I think Maya must have been a sponsor. You used to have sponsors.
So Dante's sister, Easy Day, which they called Manya because that meant aunt for Grandma Iole to say she was her aunt, sponsored Dante to come to America.